For a long time, I stayed inside the same routine. Everything felt safe, but something felt missing. I started asking myself a difficult question. What would happen if I stopped choosing the easy path? Comfort feels good, but too much comfort can slowly make you afraid of change. We all have a comfort zone. It protects us, but it can also limit how much we grow. Inside my comfort zone, I felt safe, but I also felt stuck and unable to discover what I was capable of. I began wondering what opportunities I was missing by avoiding things that made me uncomfortable. That is when I created a challenge. Spend 100 days doing things outside my comfort zone. The goal was not to become fearless. The goal was to learn how to move forward even when I felt afraid. The first step was the hardest because the unknown always feels bigger in our minds. My brain gave me many reasons to stay comfortable, but I decided to try anyway. The moment I stepped outside my comfort zone, I realized fear was not stopping me anymore. The journey began with small actions, small risks, and small moments of courage. Growth is like climbing a mountain. The path is difficult, but every step changes you. I wrote down my challenge because progress becomes easier when you have a clear direction. Every completed task gave me proof that I was capable of more than I believed. I learned that confidence does not come before action. Confidence is created by taking action. The biggest challenge was not the outside world. It was the fear and doubt inside my own mind. Every uncomfortable moment became practice for becoming a stronger version of myself. I discovered that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward while fear is still there. Day one was not about changing my life instantly. It was about proving that change was possible. The next challenge was learning to face things I normally avoided. Every task became a test of courage. Before every challenge, my mind created doubts. But preparation helped me move forward. One of my biggest fears was being judged by others. Standing in front of people felt uncomfortable. But after taking the first step, I realized the fear was worse than the actual experience. Not every attempt was successful. Sometimes I failed and it felt uncomfortable. But failure was not the end. It was information showing me what I needed to improve. I started seeing mistakes differently. Every mistake became a lesson instead of a reason to quit. I learned that growth is built through challenges, failures, and the decision to keep going. Trying new things felt strange at first, but every attempt expanded what I believed was possible. After 30 days, I noticed something surprising. The things that scared me were becoming normal. The person in the mirror was slowly changing. I was becoming more confident through action. Fear did not disappear. I simply became better at moving with it. Every conversation, every challenge, and every uncomfortable moment made me stronger. Learning new skills taught me that beginners are not weak. They are people willing to grow. Small improvements added up. Progress was happening even when I could not see it immediately. I discovered that leaving comfort creates freedom. The world becomes bigger when you stop avoiding it. Challenges will always appear like huge waves, but courage helps you face them. The biggest transformation was not changing my surroundings. It was changing how I saw myself. Every completed challenge became proof that I was capable of more than I imagined. After 40 days, I realized the journey was not about becoming fearless. It was about becoming stronger. By day 41, I noticed something unexpected. Being uncomfortable was starting to feel normal. The challenges were still difficult, but I wasn't giving up as easily as before. For the first time in a long while, I looked at myself with confidence instead of doubt. Every step away from my comfort zone made it easier to take the next one. As I grew, I found myself encouraging others to face their own fears too. Writing down my experiences helped me see how much I had actually changed. Choosing the harder path was no longer something I feared. It became a habit. Life still gave me problems, but now I look for solutions instead of excuses. Learning became exciting because every new skill made me a little stronger. Reaching day 50 felt incredible. I wasn't halfway to perfection, I was halfway to becoming a better version of myself. The mountains hadn't become smaller. I had simply become stronger. Confidence grows just like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger it becomes. Things that once terrified me were becoming part of my everyday life. Slowly, my thoughts changed. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" I started asking, "What if this changes my life?" Real growth is like planting a seed. You don't see results immediately, but every day matters. For the first time, I felt excited about the future instead of afraid of it. Looking back reminded me how far I had come. The person I was 60 days ago felt completely different. I realized there would always be new challenges, and that was no longer something to fear. Every new day became another opportunity to grow instead of another reason to stay comfortable. By day 60, I understood one powerful truth. The comfort zone wasn't protecting me, it was holding me back. By this point, I no longer counted the days. I was simply becoming someone who embraced challenges. Every uncomfortable decision opened a new opportunity I would have missed before. One of the greatest surprises was realizing I could inspire others just by taking action. Progress isn't one giant leap. It's hundreds of small steps taken consistently. Looking back at my journal reminded me that every difficult day was worth it. The biggest transformation wasn't how others saw me. It was how I saw myself. Confidence didn't arrive overnight. It was built one uncomfortable moment at a time. Every challenge I completed became another brick in the foundation of my confidence. When I compared myself to day one, I realized I had changed far more than I expected. 70 days in, I stopped chasing comfort and started chasing growth. I finally understood that peace doesn't come from avoiding fear. It comes from overcoming it. Courage became the key that unlocked opportunities I never imagined possible. The bridge between who I was and who I wanted to become was built through daily action. Every lesson taught me that growth begins the moment comfort ends. The mountain wasn't the destination. It was proof that difficult things become possible when you keep climbing. Even after 100 days, the journey wasn't over. It was only the beginning. There will always be another challenge waiting. Now, I look forward to meeting it. 100 days changed more than my habits. They changed my identity. Now it's your turn. What's one uncomfortable thing you can do today that your future self will thank you for? Your comfort zone may feel safe, but nothing extraordinary grows there. Take the first step today, and you might discover a version of yourself you never knew existed.